think guys no longer want to get married?
Well, for one, once they are married and a woman has like any sort of opportunity or inkling to want to get divorced, she will dominate him. In divorce court, she will take all his money and she will typically take care of the kids. Obviously, that's not all the case, but you know, the majority. I think it's like, I forget what the percentage is, but the majority of divorces are initiated by women. Another thing is that modern women tend to want all of the benefits of being a traditional woman without actually being a traditional woman.
Nothing wrong with the provocative photos that they post on social media. I did an experiment to find out what men really think of Jessica's and Tiffany's photo.
I wouldn't say skanky, but
her face is really cute, but I can't tell if the rest of it's real.
What's the first word that comes to mind?
stripper. Definitely promiscuous.
Would you ever date a girl like this?
No, I wouldn't date her, but I would have some fun with her.
Listen, bro, send her back to wherever she came from and replace her. Find you somebody who's willing to meet your needs and wants. Life is way too short.
But today on the channel, fellas, what I am going to be talking about is Mr. PJ Washington. Oh, this guy. He is now proposed to a new lady, and Brittany Renner is butthurt about it. You know what? Doing lives is much better, bro. Doing these freaking pre-recordeds take forever. But as you guys can see there on the screen, congrats to ex-boyfriend PJ Washington, and this came from Mrs. Brittany Renner, as he is now engaged to his pregnant girlfriend. We will be looking at this, oh man, and being able to talk through this. And PJ Washington, I don't know what the hell this guy is thinking, but nevertheless, he has decided to go down this path. And what I'm going to be talking about is why the fuck would he even decide to do this? Fellas, I always got these questions in my mind, and I want to be able to share them here with the community. The first thing I always think about is, why the hell do these professional athletes get married during their playing career? Now, I know somebody's going to see this video and they're going to say, you know, that's a good thing for them and it behooves them to get married during their playing careers. But how many times have we seen these guys get married to these women during their playing careers? Then all of a sudden, one day they come home, whether they're on the field or whether they're on the hardwood, and then they say, baby, I'm going to be around full time because I am going to retire. And when they say that, guess what happens? She often files for divorce. I mean, I could just remember Antonio Gates. I think David Ortiz had a different situation, and we already know what's about to happen with Tom Brady and Giselle. Let's take a look at this situation. Here's Shorty's IG, and she is showing off her ring. And it looks to be like a nice ring from what I can see. She seems to be happy. I don't know much about this young lady, but we'll discover that as we go along here. I also found this picture, and it looks like they're out there on the water having fun. Happy times for them, and everything is looking good. She posted this as she goes, wishing my man a happy freaking birthday. The only one I can count on to always make it happen. Because you know PJ got that money, so it's all good for him. I met you a year ago. She met this guy a year ago. And then now all of a sudden, this guy is proposing to this woman. Ridiculous. Now, I will say this. This guy's got a bunch of money, and sometimes guys with money, you know, they take risk. I don't understand why they do it, but, you know, fair enough. You know, he decided to propose to this woman, and PJ Washington seems to be the type of guy who likes having an in-house woman, and there's nothing wrong with that, you know, in my opinion. Would I do it? I've done it before. I can't see myself doing it again anytime soon, just to be honest with you. The other thing she goes on to say here is it feels like it's been forever. The way you treat me is so admirable. I pray we continue to grow. I love you unconditionally. Anytime I see a woman say, I love you unconditionally, I know that that is a bunch of bullshit. Let this man suddenly lose all his money or anything happen bad to him. She will not love him unconditionally. So you always got to be careful about stuff like that, in my personal opinion. Happy 24th birthday to you, my love. And he follows that up with a bunch of hearts. And, they seem to be having a good time there. And for me personally, I always struggle with this. And what I mean by that is I have a lot of work colleagues that often, you know, let's just say probably around like 3 times, 4 times a year, I have a colleague who says, "Yo, I just proposed to my wife or the lady I'm choosing to be with for the rest of my life." And I always find myself in a situation to say, "Yo, how long have you known this woman?" I never say that directly to them, but I'm often thinking stuff like that. And these guys will be like, "Yeah, we met each other 2 years ago, or we met each other last year. And, I think that she's the one." And I often say, how the hell would you be able to determine that after knowing somebody for a year or two? What happened to the vetting process? I'll give you an example. The latest one was a guy on my job who decided about maybe 2 months ago that he was going to pop the question to his lady. This guy is about 29 years old and the woman is 35 years old, right? So she's putting the pressure on him to say, "You know what? You should marry me." This guy just caved. And I often say, dude, what the fuck? Why would you do that? But I find myself saying, "Hey, congratulations," because I feel like that's the proper thing to do, right? Like, that's what most people are going to say. But deep down, I'd be thinking to myself, like, dude, you really just fucked up big time, bro. So that's what I'm thinking here with PJ Washington. And now, I showed this woman's ring, but I want to be able to show you guys this. This shit right here is funny. And hold up. I need to put the disclaimer out there before we do this part. So let me switch this, go back to disclaimer. We always got to be safe. And if you guys are watching this on playback, please do not go over to this woman's channel or her page or any of that type of stuff and say anything bad. That's not what we're here to do. We're here to educate men while having a little fun doing it. And then, we can be able to talk about it as men. But please do not go over to any of these people's channels or pages of anything. But as you guys can see right here, Brittany Renner decided to say, "Congratulations, y'all." And I found these comments to be rather freaking hilarious. So let's get through it. One guy goes, "It's gotta suck having you as a baby mama." I'm pretty sure, these people tore her up in these freaking comments. "She's finer than you." Oh my God. I find people to be so freaking hilarious when they do shit like that. So I'm pretty sure in the next coming days, people are going to be adding to these replies. So, it is what it is.
A lot of people think I'm getting X amount in child support and I don't have to work and I have to do all this stuff, but it's like I very much provide for my child. And I'm here right now. My mom is watching my son.
Hold up. She very much provides for the child. She does provide for the child. I would imagine that Brittany Renner has a little bit of money saved up. But the way she says that she provides for this child makes it seem like PJ is not really doing most of the work. And I would think that PJ is doing most of the work for the young son there. Even though we've seen PJ say that, he doesn't get to see the child as much, or, she's basically shielding the child from him. I don't know if that's true or not. I don't want to put that out there, but it's been reported that PJ had said something along those lines. And he also mentioned that she never loved him. And I don't know why he decided to get this chick pregnant, but sometimes when you loose with your seed, this is the type of shit that can happen. Let's continue.
I'm here like doing the damn thing. I'm doing my best.
Yeah.
A lot of people judge that, but it's like when you have to, you can't rely on your child's father to provide for you, so you have to make a way. Yeah.
She could have relied on this man to be able to provide and do everything that she essentially needed him to do, which he is going to continue to do throughout his playing career. I think his contract with the Charlotte Hornets, I could be wrong on this, but I think his contract is up next year. So if the Hornets decide to re him up, which I'm pretty sure they will, due to the Miles Bridges going off the deep end type of thing, they'll probably re him up and he'll get even more money. So he's going to be there to take care of that child and be able to provide and everything. But if she would have played her cards right, made some better decisions, I'm pretty sure she could be in the situation that the other young lady finds herself in. Let's continue.
So it's like, I've never been about money. It's never been about that. But it's like, especially me not getting 200,000, which people always say.
I call cap on that one. She says it's not all about money. I always find it hilarious when women say stuff like that. And the reason being is that, they not checking for any broke dudes. It ain't like they going out there looking for some guy who's got no job, no nothing. They're going out there looking for guys that have money, professional athletes. And she's even talked about this before. You guys remember this video right here? In this video right here, she was talking about who she was going to get, who she was going to target, athletes, because she knows that they're loose with their seed. So it's not like she's going after the bum guy.
So it's like, I've never been about money. It's never been about that. But it's like, especially
I just showed you that was cap.
200,000, which people always say that, which is like, I'd have all my homegirls get pregnant by him. That was on the tablet. That was what, I don't know, for whatever reason, I don't know why that was circulated. But it's like, I provide for my child. I get $2,500 a month.
She gets $2,500 a month for this child. Now, I can't really say if that's a whole lot of money or a little money, but I know that the average woman out here that's being the baby mama terrorist, shout out to Mr. Palmer, those women ain't really getting that much, you know what I mean? But she's getting $2,500. And according to her, the way she probably lives her life, she probably may think that that's chump change, if you will. But like I said, a lot of women get a lot less than that. And some of these women, maybe they have a job that they're working that pays them $80,000 a year. So her kind of making it seem like she's not really getting that much is really bullshit. And shout out to this channel, Tonight's Conversation Cards. I'm showing their content, so we got to be fair there for them.
You know what I always find so amusing? When people are like, be careful with Brittany Renner. Watch out for Brittany Renner.
The reason why I'm showing you guys this is the type of chaos that this woman does. She often comes out here and says some things, makes some crazy bold statements, talking bad about dudes, talking about Jackson, stay high your sons. And then she starts crying. But this is the type of woman she is now. Like I said, she is funny though. When I watch her content, or I watch these little stupid videos that she does, she often says some wild and crazy things. So she is entertaining.
The big bad scary gold-digging whore. I would never want my son with a girl like her.
No, they would not.
Listen, those of you who have the strongest opinions about me,
she's going to say something super flagrant right here, so I'm not going to be able to play that.
I ask for it. Ever since I ruined my reputation, I'm free to be myself.
But who are you? Because last time I checked, I can't tell who you are. 1 second, you're going out here trying to talk about how you're bettering yourself and you're trying to improve your life, whether that be with When Doves Cry or when you sat down with academics. Then the next second, you sitting up here all teary-eyed. So it's kind of hard to say exactly who you are. But I think most guys know to stay the hell away from you.
That's really what a lot of you hate to see, because you live a lie every single day. You're settling every single day. You're miserable every single day.
And what are you? Girl is fit, though. I will say that. And as you guys come into the stream or you watching this on playback, I got to keep reiterating this. Please do not go over to this woman's page and say anything bad. YouTube, note that I am telling people not to go over there and say anything to this woman because you know they like to keep your boy buried in the basement. I'll put out one video, bro. It'll take off. Then the next second, bro, they like, nah. We can't have this guy's message getting out there. But, you know, they can't stop me. Yo, all right. Let me be fair. I'm not laughing at her. I'm just laughing at the fact that she appears to go from one extreme to another extreme. And like I mentioned before, bro, she often does this crap. I think I had it pulled up over here. So you can see, bro, she goes out here talking crazy. In this video, she was talking crazy, then she crying, right? She goes over here with Fresher Fit. Shout out to Myra. Shout out to Fresh CEO. She goes over here talking crazy. The next thing you know, she's trying to talk to Cam Newton about why ain't nobody messing with me, yo? Why ain't nobody messing with me, yo? Now she's crying. Over here acting crazy. Now she's crying. But as we go through this video, I'm going to let you guys know why I think she's all of a sudden putting on this act. Now let's get back to this.
I don't want to.
Yeah.
Forgiveness has been a really big theme in my life. I'm going to get through this video, but I never understood when people said you forgive for you. There are a lot of people that I never even began to remotely forgive in my heart. Like, Brittany, in private, still holding on to resentment. What was so hard about forgiveness for me was it seems like everybody just moves on with their life. And that
people have to move on with their life. You know, even when you put yourself in situations, you are forced to continue on with your life. The only issue that you're having is that you keep repeating this cycle of madness over and over and over again. And this is why I tell fellas to watch out for women like this. You guys know it. You see it all the time. Women who are so emotionally damaged that they don't even know who to be, when they should be, the type of person that they need to be. It's just like a circle of chaos. And that's what I find with this particular woman. Every few months, she's going out here whining, not really taking accountability for her actions. All of a sudden, she has black hair. And fellas, I'm gonna be honest with you. When you start seeing chicks with this type of color hair, bro, that says everything I need to know. Like, stay away. Now, that doesn't mean I won't clap them cheeks, but after around the third session, I'm out of there, bro. I got to get the hell out of there away from a woman like this. Now, let's let her carry on.
And here you are, emotionally, you felt like you just did 2 tours in Afghanistan. Arm blown off, forever changed by the events that happened to you. There's an acceptance part too, where there are some apologies you'll just never get.
Who have you apologized to? I'm pretty sure you've broken some hearts. You know, you pissed a lot of people off that, you know, have ties to that state, you know, when they heard about what you did at Jackson State. And, you know, I think you thought you were having a little bit of fun, but the parents of some of those children or some of those young adults on JSU's campus, they don't really feel like you apologized to them for what you did. You thought it was a joke. So if you want people to apologize to you, you got to do the same thing.
And you have to validate yourself. I choose forgiveness because I don't want to keep looping in the same story. Because that same story, like the stories that we tell ourselves about our lives, are the same stories that keep us captive. The things that happen to us shape us, without a doubt. But they don't define us. Your wounds, your war wounds, It just means you showed up and you fought.
Fought for what? Why are you bringing the military into this, the armed services? Because at the end of the day, you put yourself in this situation. You should have. That's a bad comparison, but nevertheless, let's let her continue.
And that's something to be proud of.
Why? And this is the thing I want you guys to pay attention to. See, a lot of videos are going to be made about how this woman operates and her holistic way of being chaotic. I mean, emotionally damaged. You got to think about she's then let some people clap them cheeks. So the buns is probably physically damaged of some sort. You know, she's financially set, but mentally, you know, she's got to be, how do I say this nicely? She's got to have some issues going on up there. You know, she's probably need to seek out some therapy of sorts, but I can't really say. And spiritually, who the fuck knows? You know what I mean? So when I look at this woman, I see her as being holistically damaged, but she has a chance to recover if she takes accountability, which is more about, yo, like, girl, get your life together and stay the hell off of social media. That's all she really has to do. But this is the point I want you guys to pay attention to. You see this right here? She did this 6 days ago, right? And as people do reaction videos to this, I think it's rather convenient that she put on this display of saying that, you know, people ought to apologize to her. She's up there crying and all of that type of stuff. And I want to, well, let me say it like this. I started thinking, why the hell is she up here crying this particular time? And I thought about it and I said, ha ha ha, very convenient of her. Why? Where's it at? Not that one. This. So more than likely, this is what I'm thinking. And if you guys see this on playback, maybe I'll do a premiere in the morning after I finish editing this struggle stream. You know, I really think that she got wind that PJ was about to propose to this young lady, because this young lady is pregnant with PJ's kid. So she got wind of this. And all of a sudden, this is just my thinking. I don't know if this is true, but I think that she got wind of this. And then that's when she decided to pull out the woodworks over here. So the timing of it is very convenient, nevertheless, just in my personal opinion. And to Mr. PJ Washington, I'm going to get off of Brittany Renner right now because, like I said, I don't really have the time to really deal with her foolishness. But for Mr. PJ Washington, the question I have to ask is, why, bro? Why? Why do you feel the need to do this? And some guys really do have this. You know, I don't know if I talked about it in other videos, but I feel like a lot of guys, bro, they feel this overwhelming need or sense of I need to be married or I need to be tied down, especially at younger ages. And it seems to be happening with these younger guys, younger millennials or Gen Zers, to where they're feeling the pressure to get married. And I'm saying to myself, bro, like, you got all this time out here to do what you need to do. But all of a sudden you decided to, you know, mess with the same type of girls. And, you know, when you think about these athletes, you got to ask yourself, what the hell do these guys be doing? For instance, a lot of these guys, bro, they'll sit up here and they supposed to be playing basketball. And I'm pretty sure that they do that, but they can't do it all day. So what do? Do they leave the gym, get home, you know, play a little video games and then start scrolling through IG and just start messaging random girls? Because it seems like a lot of these NBA athletes, just in my personal opinion, they spend way too much time on freaking Instagram chasing a bunch of thotties. Now, the woman that he's proposing to, or the woman that he proposed to, I don't really know much about her. Like, I checked her Instagram and, you know, she seems to be pretty lit on Instagram, and maybe she's a influencer of sorts, but it's like, bro, why choose her? Like, why not choose a regular girl out there? And that's one thing that baffles me about these athletes. It's like, out of all the women that you can choose, why are you choosing these IG girls? I don't call them IG models because when I think about models, I think about strictly runway models. That's all I think about, bro. Like these IG girls, these girls who are in need of attention and validation, I don't understand why these guys happen to choose these women, but it is what it is. But the question I want to ask is, PJ, what are you thinking, bro? You already had a situation with Brittany Renner where you sit up there and you got a chance to know this woman. She, I think, pursued you. That's just my personal opinion. Got this woman pregnant and then had to deal with that. And then he turns around and gets this other girl pregnant. And I'm like, bro, like, when will you learn? And I hope it works out for him because I don't want to see a situation to where all of a sudden he's proposing to this woman. He eventually gets married to this woman. They already got a kid. And then all of a sudden, it's like, bro, like she decides that she want to cash out the chips on you, talking about she's not happy. And now you'd have made the same mistake twice. But I do hope it works out for him. So it is what it is, fellas. I just wanted to be able to provide you guys with a little bit of insight into why I think this guy is making these mistakes, because some of these guys, they just feel the need to be loved, not loved, loved. And they got to be able to shake that. So, to any of you athletes that go around watching content creators, I wish one of you guys would explain why you guys don't wait until you guys are finished playing to get married. Then you could be around the kids. You can, properly vet this woman and you could just kind of go through the basics as opposed to you being on the road. This woman claims that she loves you. Then all of a sudden, like I said in the beginning, bro, you decide to say, hey, I'm about to retire. And then she cashes out the chips. So, I don't know, but fellas, if you guys see this video, let me know down there in the comments. After I finish editing all this stuff, why the hell do professional athletes get married so early on when they can wait? Or let me know, do you guys think that PJ Washington will ever learn from these mistakes that he keeps making? Until the next time, fellas, it was just a short stream. You guys will see this probably on playback tomorrow. And I will start going live a lot more often. I just like doing the impromptus while we're just getting started. This is only my second live, so it's going to take some time to get there. But all in all, I'm here to make sure that you guys don't make these terrible decisions like some of these other guys are making. Till next time, fellas, I'm out. God, I love the process of not having to do all that damn video editing. Peace.